Hi everyone, this is a pick a card reading for what they secretly want to tell you but can't or won't. So we've got here group 1 with this mask right here. You've got group 2 with this mask, and you've got 3 with this mask here. So actually this one is Romantic Tarot for those of you that are just wondering. This one here is Tarot Magic by Tarot or Tarot Made Easy. I can't remember the name, it's one of the two. And then this one here is the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. So that's what we've got here, and you may be drawn to one of these masks. You might be drawn specifically to one of the decks, or group 1, 2 or 3, you know, if it's the numbers, but take your pick and that's going to be the reading for you. I hope you're all doing very, very well. I hope you're all keeping safe, and also just wanted to mention as well that everything's always in the description box below for information that you're looking for, whether it's private readings. If you wanted one with me, they're done within 24 to 48 hours. All the information on how to swiftly purchase is all there. If you would like to win a free reading with me, which is something I offer every single month, that's also there as well. And all the information again is in the description box below. If you're on mobile, tap on the title of my video and it will open up the description box. If you're on a computer, it's literally just sort of underneath and you kind of just have to open it up. So it is there. And also, last thing I want to mention, my intention store is on Etsy. So on there I have bracelets, necklaces, crystals, teas, pom-poms. These are all intention items that are meditated with and sage. There's face masks on there, not these ones, but like actual face masks to wear because of course, you know, we have got the pandemic and it also just protects you in general. You know, people have worn face masks for other purposes as well. Yeah, so they are very much so there, and everything's there. The review section is on there if you want to see how other people have seen results with these items, so please do check those out. I'm actually wearing a few of the bracelets here, and these are different areas of your life. They're intention items. Okay, whether it's love, career, soulmate, twin flame, you get the picture. So we're going to also do a charm reading as well, which I'm quite excited about, and we shall see. So I'm just going to move some of these items to the side. Let me just push this back a little bit. I'm going to start with group 1, so let's just move the other groups away, or to the side, should I say. This group is just, okay, there we go. You know, this mask was just not standing up. Okay. All right, group number 1. What do they secretly want to tell you but can't or won't? We're going to do a charm reading as well, so stick around for that. We have got this mask right here, which kind of looks a little bit spooky, but anyways, this is the one you have chosen. Let's see what is, you know, behind the mask, things that they are not really telling you, or, you know, things that they secretly want to tell you but maybe don't have the courage to do so. Got here Romantic Tarot as well. Let's begin first of all with the cards, and then I'm going to do a charm reading as well. And also got some oracle cards as well for further information. Okay. It's like CSI or something. Let's put together all the puzzles of the pieces of the puzzle. Okay, so let's have a look. Anything? Wow, they're really keeping things hidden here. Whoever this person is, they're keeping things hidden. It's like they don't want to show their cards too soon. Okay, so you've got here a King of Pentacles with the 9 of Pentacles. Wow. Isn't that really interesting? Sorry, I'm just looking at these cards actually because they're so, remind me a lot of history and sort of like the old-fashioned times. So 9 of Pentacles right there, okay, and also the King of Pentacles. To me, this indicates a lot of energy to do with money, work, abundance, wanting to be stable specifically. So they could be having issues with their finances but want to come across as though they're really strong, very stable, or that they really need to work on these areas before doing more in your direction. Does that make sense? Like some people, they take a bit of a hit to their ego when things financially are not going well. And that can really just make them feel like, no, I need to get that aspect right first before I come towards you or before strengthening things with you. So they're really focused in on those aspects of earning either more money or trying to get things more stable in the area of finances, because the Nine of Pentacles shows that it really affects their independence, their confidence, their self-esteem, how they see themselves, how also they feel other people see them as well. And that's something they're not really telling you, right? It's like they're sort of keeping it hidden very, very well. They're trying to come across as though they're stable, they've got everything together. Deep down, they know that they need to do more. So that's what we've got there. And again, King of Pentacles is also about maturity and stability and sort of having everything down. That's what I would say. At least I think that's, hold on, that's Knight, isn't it? These cards are a little bit difficult to pinpoint. That's the Knight of Pentacles. I do apologise, but still, Knight of Pentacles is also quite slow and it's quite focused and gets a little bit drawn off path. Still, it is to do with maturity as well. I don't know why I thought that was the King of Pentacles, considering it's got a horse there as well. But as soon as I saw the horse, I thought of the King, and technically the horse is about the Knight, right? So that's interesting. It's the Knight of Pentacles, my apologies, but still, similar kind of message still comes through where they're really taking their time. And they're also, I feel, maybe buying time as well. And they're not really wanting to tell you that, maybe because they're afraid to lose you. Okay, because if they tell you, like, oh, I need time, I need to get my finances together, you might think to yourself, oh, it's the same old thing. Or that it's just taking too long, you know, that they're not wanting to put effort in. Aha, here we go. Okay, so we've got a Queen of Swords here. So yeah, that is the Knight of Pentacles. This is the Queen of Swords, and we've also got here the Six of Wands as well. Wow. You know, the Queen of Swords here is about boundaries as well. And I feel like secretly they may want the best for you and they may want to just protect you and not be so forward. I mean, this person can be truthful to a certain extent, but they can also hide things that they don't want to tell you because they don't want to give you false hope. So they might be truthful to a certain extent, like, you know, I need to do this, I need to do that, or showing to you that they're being a bit cold towards you, but actually trying to do that with reason. Does that make sense? Because they're not outwardly telling you everything, but they're not outwardly telling you things because they don't want to give you hope. That's what the Six of Wands here shows, that Queen of Swords is about boundaries, and the Six of Wands is the expectation as well that comes through. So I'm just letting you know is that they may not give you as much information as you would like because they don't want to come across as someone who is giving you false hope or leading you on through communication, through those kinds of things, right? So again, that's just something to keep in mind, which I think is really important here, is that they don't want to give you false hope. By the way, I'm just going to move the mask to the side here because I'm going to put some oracle cards down as well. You've got here the Two of Pentacles. Oh, this is so sweet. Look at that card. Two of Pentacles is about balance, and it's also about thinking about the past as well. They really want to make things better for themselves now, and again, a lot of their focus is going on finances. They want to be stable. By doing that, they also allow themselves to feel more stable within themselves, which also can help them to be more stable towards you as well. So again, a huge emphasis on finances. I didn't really expect it to go in this particular direction, but hey, that is what we've got here. And also you've got here the Five of Wands. Okay, so the Five of Wands is their chaos and their conflict. They may have a lot of people just wanting things from them at this very point in time. There are people that really could be just stealing their attention away, can be family, friends, other people in general, work as well, and finances, just so much going on their plate that they don't know which way to turn. So that's again something that I feel like they want to tell you, like, hey, look, I'm really busy, I've got so much going on, but they don't want to tell you that. I do feel like this person is trying to keep your arm's length so that you don't necessarily disappear, which is interesting. So they may not sort of tell you the full extent of everything, but at the same time, they don't want to feed you false hope. because of everything going on as well at the same time. They can't fully cater in that sense, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's keep going. And you've got here the Justice card as well. See, look, the lady's wearing a mask in this card. Justice here is about resolution. It is about resolving things, can be contracts, can be legal issues as well. They might be going through some legal issues or trying to resolve things. And the Justice card here is also very much so about resolving their own issues and problems and a million things that they've got going on, right? So that's something here. They come across as someone really strong and very balanced on the surface. Internally, they've got so much going on that they feel they need to resolve all of this, but they don't want to tell you that, and then you have false hope and things like that. They just want to take things one step at a time, as you see with those steps as well. One step at a time. And then finally, I was going to get one card, but we've got here two cards. You've got the Hermit. Oh, you got three cards. Wow, okay. We're in a roll here. So hold on a second. Let me just put the deck on the side there. You've got the Hermit here, right? So again, they're keeping things very well hidden. Very well hidden. I also suspect here that if you were to go on their social media, that if you were to do extensive searches and things like that, you might find some stuff, because whatever's hidden can come to the light. But also I feel like you might have found out some interesting things about this person just by looking online, because look, the Hermit here is sort of looking through things, and it's almost like they want to find something because they know that there's something there. You may feel like there's still something about this person that I need to know more about, and that's something that you maybe be able to find. So that's interesting here, but they keep things very well hidden, but it's not all completely hidden. You know what I mean? So that's also a number 9 as well, right? Which sort of ties in with the 9 of Pentacles energy, which is really about themselves. You've got here the 2 of Swords. So yeah, they're also quite confused as well, because they've got so much going on that they haven't been able to dissect everything or sort everything out. So they're still very confused as to what they want to do and which direction they want to go in. So they're just very indecisive is what I also pick up here. So that's something that, again, they don't really want to tell you because they don't want to scare you off, but at the same time they don't want to tell you anything in that sense, because to this level anyways, they don't want to give you false hope either. Okay. And also they don't want to have regrets later on that, oh, I said this when I actually meant that. So you've also got here the 6 of Pentacles as well. So this is about sort of balance as well. Again, this is about them wanting to be financially so much more stable. There's a lot coming through finances. I feel like this person's very worried financially about certain situations, because the 6 of Pentacles is also a card of business. It's a card about transactions as well. They might be watching their savings. They might be watching their spending. It could be really a very stressful time for them. So that's the 6 of Pentacles as well, is that they're really cautious about how they spend their money, who they're giving it to, how it's coming in. Really, there's a lot going on. Some of them might be working multiple jobs as well, is what I'm seeing here, or at least trying to save more as well. There's a huge thing coming through the finances. Okay, so let's go with Oracle cards and then the charm reading. And yes, let's have a look with this Oracle card. Let's see what's coming through here. So really their main focus right now is their financial aspect of things, as we know. We've also got here acceptance. Okay, so that's really interesting. I had a dream about pie actually at night. That's bizarre, because you've got a pie there as well. Maybe there's something to do with pie here. Anyways, acceptance is very much so about them trying to accept their situation and trying to also have everything sort of in the right place and not sort of get haunted by all of these things going on as well at the same time. I mainly stopped so that this card could come out, and those two came out as well. It's okay. We'll take them anyways. But I was like, whoa, okay. It gets dramatic here sometimes on my channel. It just happens. Okay, let me just get the last Oracle card out as well. This is the Everyday Witch Oracle, for those of you that are wondering. typical, isn't it? Let's take this one. La 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 la. So many cards. Okay. Right, so I had a feeling it was going to be this card. You know what? I kept seeing this card in my vision because this card keeps coming out so often from the entire deck. This is the one that I see the most in readings. If you watch my readings, you would know this is one of the most actually. There's like literal proof of that happening. Okay, 1 second. Let me just sort this out for a second. Acceptance, facade. All right, so again, they may be showing things to be very, very different to how they actually are in reality. We sort of know that as well as the fact that they might be blind also to their own needs, which is quite interesting as well, right? Because they have things to resolve, but this lady's also wearing a mask. And then you've got here enlightenment as well. So they're definitely trying to find the positives in their situation, but they're also having a very, very hard time trying to accept and get to that point. There's just so much going on for them. Also, you've got here quest as well. All right, so they're really on a mission here to try and sort things out, which is obviously quite significant here. And I also feel like they're sort of keeping you at arm's length. And you see this lady here, she's sort of, there's a child as well. And it's almost like the child is wanting to know something, and this person's here just like, oh, so it's that kind of energy where you might be going to them for information or answers, and they're sort of not really giving you much, right? It's sort of like arm's length, like, okay, don't know what is happening. You've also got here impartiality. Hope I said that right, but that really reminds me of the Justice card, and also the Six of Pentacles has a scale in it as well. So again, they're trying to keep things balanced. It's hard for them to do so, but that's what's happening. Okay, that is what is happening. These are things that they don't want to really tell you. They don't want to tell you that they're going through hard times, that things are very, very busy right now. They don't want to tell you, that they are definitely feeling frustrated, feeling conflicted, feeling indecisive. They want to come across as really, really strong on the outside. And that's something that I'm seeing here, is that they are definitely dealing with some difficult situations, and there's something here that I feel like they've had to accept recently. This could be a loss. It could be a job loss for some of them. It could be losses in the family. It could also be just a loss of happy energy with also the solar plexus. So, because you've got, 2 yellow cards here as well. And also you've got here affirmation for healing the heart. So they could have gone through, just a very sort of difficult, rough period and patch of time, but they don't want to say that because, again, they want to come across as strong. And oh my god, this is what I'm seeing as well. What they want to project to you is a strong image of themselves. They don't want you to see them as a weak person, because for their ego, it feels good if they see you as someone that's really strong, or if you're still able to go after them. Some people like to do that, where they try to come across really strong to people when actually inside they're like withering. So that's really interesting. Now let's go with the charms. Okay. La 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 la. Okay, so wow, what's really interesting here is you've got the star purple crystal. This crystal is to do with healing, right? So definitely something has gone on in their life, I would say in the last, whenever you're watching this, last couple of months, from whenever you're watching this. So don't look at the time I posted this video. It's about the time when you've clicked on this video. They could have gone through some really difficult, challenging times, and they're needing to sort of heal from that. So that's why we've got here the purple crystal. You've also got here the moon shape as well. This is I don't want to say it's lapis, but it could be, okay? Not exactly sure which crystal that is, but basically this is to do with intuition. It's also to do very much so with them wanting to tell you things but still keeping things hidden, right? Because the moon is also about keeping things hidden. It's about being secretive as well. Also, they're keeping their heart on guard as well, okay? So their heart is really on guard. They're not trying to tell you everything that they're feeling within, which is also quite significant. This is about them wanting personal peace and happiness first, and then coming towards you and then telling you how they feel towards you. They're not giving away all of their cards or all of the information first at all. They're really doing this for themselves first. Does that make sense? So again, what do they secretly want to tell you? Well, they secretly want to tell you that they are trying to get themselves together. I also feel like this person deep down does have feelings towards you, but they're very small and maybe marginal compared to what you're feeling right now. See, you've got this tiny little swan here and you've got this big swan, right? It's not exactly equal. It's kind of like a energy here, right, where there's like a little and then there's a bigger person. Now maybe you were watching this reading and maybe you wanted to know about a parental figure or someone who's older than you. That would be very interesting. But I also see that for those of you here for love as well, this can be that maybe they see themselves as a bigger person, right, and they see you as, this is going to sound really horrible, but lower or less than. That's really interesting, but still they have feelings for you. So I don't know, take that on board as how it makes sense to you, because that makes me think quite a bit with the big swan and the little swan. You know, it's one of those things where it may make sense and it may not. So we've got here the charm. It says, I don't even know what it says. It says God something given you one. I don't know what this says. Hold on a second. I'm not really sure what this actually even means, to be honest, but well, there's, and makes yourselves another. God given you one conception and makes yourselves another. Okay, well, you know, the thing I picked up from there is really God. So again, this is about them having faith, you know, that things will work out. You've also got the star there as well. You've also got the shoe, okay, so they could be running away from you currently. That would be very interesting. You've also got the ring here. They could be running away from commitment, or they could be running away from responsibilities. Like, they really want to get themselves together, but they also could be running away. Like, they could be shooting themselves in the foot themselves, right? And also, they could be less responsible than you. That's also something that's coming through. They could be more immature than you as well, okay? And to be honest, I feel like they know some of this stuff, but they try and come across as really strong anyways, because they don't want to lose ground. That's really interesting. They themselves could know that they're more immature than you. You've also got the fish here as well. Could be a potential Pisces, but this is also about them going with the flow. And you got the blessed card. Like, they're not in a rush, okay, to try and resolve all of this. They're sort of going with the flow here. You got blessed as well. So again, something to do with also faith, God, universe, is that they feel blessed that you are around, but also there's a bit of resistance here as well. You've got the root chakra crystal as well. There's a resistance here, I think, to stability. And that's what we're picking up on, stability in terms of the home life, stability in terms of finances and career, stability also in terms of love. So they're having trouble with it, okay? That's what I'm seeing here, instability with those particular aspects. And that's what they secretly want to tell you, but they just can't get it out at this very point in time. So that is your reading, group number 1. If this resonates, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course my intention items, which are on Etsy. And definitely do take care as well, okay? Everything's always in the description box below. Okay, so let's clear away these little charms. I like doing this real time, you know, because it just feels very therapeutic doing it actually in the reading as well. So let's take away all of these cards. La, 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 la. And it doesn't take too long to clear up either. Okay. Let's pop the face mask over here. Sorry. Okay, so we've got this face mask and these cards. Alright, group 2, let's have a look and see what we have for you. Alright, so we've got this face mask right here. This is the one that you have chosen. Let's just put it right there. Maybe we could stand it up a little bit. And, okay, there you go. See a little bit better. And you've chosen this pile of cards as well. So we're going to do a tarot spread. We're also going to get some oracle cards, and I'm going to do a charm reading as well. So stay tuned for the charm reading. So what do they secretly want to tell you, but they can't or they won't? Let's have a look. Group number 2. How are you? Okay, let's see. Strength. Sorry, I can't get the cards. There we go. Strength, Four of Swords, Seven of Cups, Seven of Wands. I'm going to do an 8-card spread, or at least I'm going to aim for it. We might get some more, we might get less. So 7 of Cups, 7 of Wands. You've got here also the Fool as well. Let's just do that. We've got the King of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Empress, there you go. Amazing. What a beautiful spread. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, this person, regardless of how they act towards you or whatever they say, do, you know what I mean, this person for sure wants to tell you that they want like a new beginning with you, or a sense of like a refresh, right? A sense of rejuvenation with you. That's what I'm picking up, because the Fool is about, you know, starting fresh. It's about taking a leap of faith. It's about a new chance, new opportunity. Four of Swords is about rest and retreating and just feeling good, feeling calm. Also, the Strength card here is about the connection getting stronger. Now, whether this is a friend or someone romantic, this is definitely someone who has worked on themselves and tried to get so much stronger, healed from difficult situations as well, and come out really on top, conquering their fear, having faith, and living in love. You know, as they say, always live in love rather than fear. So this here really goes to show that what they would want to secretly tell you is, hey, look, I've really worked on myself. I've, you know, healed. It was a lot, you know, to deal with. There was a lot going on. But I want to, you know, I want to make things work. I want to spend more time with you. I want to interact with you. I want to have fun with you. I want to, especially if it's romantic, I want to be with you. Like, let's see where things can go now. And I want to strengthen the connection for those of you that already sort of have a bit of contact. Now, for those of you that completely lost contact, that period of time where you didn't have contact, or you maybe still don't have contact, is a time that's really strengthened in their mind so much more about you. Seven of Cups is about dreams, okay? So they could have been having, and still maybe having, lots of dreams about you in that sense, realizing their mistakes. That's the Seven of Wands, you know, their challenges, their obstacles, the things that got in the way, and realizing that actually not everything was or is your fault. They themselves had a lot to work through. So that's something that I'm seeing here, is that secretly they would want to tell you, like, hey, look, I realize I made tons of mistakes. I realize that I am not perfect. That's what they would want to say to you, but they're obviously not telling you that at this very point in time. Could be because they need a little bit more time to sort of figure things out. Could be also that they're maybe scared. Could also be that sometimes they have a bit, you know, of an ego issue where no matter how strong a person has grown and no matter how much more they're living in love, it's sort of, you know, they want to give you space, or could be wanting to respect your space rather than just coming in straight away. You know, they might be wanting to test the waters first with a very simple conversation, etc. Because yes, they have gotten much, much stronger for sure. But again, people can still get a little bit scared from time to time and think, oh, you know, is this the right time to come forward? So, wow, amazing. Really, really amazing. What a different reading this is from the group number 1 reading. I will just say that, you know, they're not always, all the groups are never really all the same, but sometimes there's synchronicities, and let's just say it's like chalk and cheese, you know. Where should we go next? The King of Swords. King of Swords is very much so about, again, them having that strength and confidence, but remember the King of Swords can still get a little bit overwhelmed, and they can sort of have that ego and pride that sort of stops them from fully coming forward the way that maybe you would like them to come forward. So that's something to really keep in mind. I think that that's very important. I think it's very significant. And also the Three of Pentacles here definitely does showcase a very, very strong energy when it comes to like teamwork and collaboration. Like, they want to make things work with you, right? So they want to make things work with you, and they want to talk to you more, they want to interact with you more. They are definitely wondering in their mind how to make that bold step. How can they say it? How can they come across without scaring you away? How can they come across whilst being authentic and not fake? So, they've got still a lot going on in their mind as to how they can do that as well. And the Three of Pentacles here really shows that element of them feeling like you're a really good person, and that there's some form of compatibility here as well between the two of you, which I think is obviously quite strong and very important. And then you've got the Empress as well. Empress is ruled by Venus. Now, Empress is beautiful. Because, right, Empress is very much so about love, luck. It's a very tender energy as well. And it's about this person having realized just what you bring to the table, and that not everybody in the world is like the Empress. Empress is so hard to find. There's a lot of, and I'll just say this in general, right? There's a lot of people in this world. There's a lot of mothers in this world. It doesn't mean that every single mother is like the Empress, right? Because there are some mothers that are really not nice to their children. So that's what I'm trying to say, is that they've obviously come across a lot of, different people, and they've realized that not everybody is nice, not everybody is kind like you are, okay? You're the one person that is just so unique, so different, so kind, so caring, so compassionate, so unique. And that's something that they've really realized, recently. So that's something that's coming through here, the Empress, is that they're realizing your value, and have realised your value very significantly. And that's something that's really touched or hit a nerve in them in a good way. So that's what we're seeing there, okay? So if they can secretly tell you things, this is what they would want to tell you. I have a feeling they're not telling you this because they're trying to look for the right opportunity, and also they're still a tiny little bit scared, okay? They're not completely overwhelmed. As we know, they've become much, much stronger, and they're living more in love than fear. But, from time to time, people still can get scared. No matter how much we try to convince ourselves, like, oh yeah, faith over fear, sometimes we'll still get a little bit scared, There could be a freaking spider that just appears out of nowhere. It's like, oh, my faith is out the window. I'm in fear now. Little things happen. Also, big things happen as well. And they can still be scary, no matter how much we try to adapt to certain quotes. Anyways, so let's go with the oracle and the charms. Let's do the oracle cards first. Wow. Follow your dreams. Oh, wow. Okay, so I have a feeling that this person really, really wants to mend things with you, come towards you, connect much more on a deeper level with you, right? So it's almost like they're looking out and they're seeing that there is a really positive window here with you. There's something really beautiful, really strong, something can work here, something can progress, something can move forward, and they're starting to think, I want to go in this direction. I want to go in the direction of you, okay? They want to go in the direction of you. They want to sort of follow their heart, follow themselves, follow their perhaps dream, because as I mentioned, they're dreaming a lot about you. And so I think that they want to follow that avenue to see where it leads in regards to you as well. And I feel like they will do that. Okay, so that pretty much confirms that. And let's see what's coming through with these oracle cards. Wow, okay. So you've got quest, and you've got here enlightenment. Yeah, so quest is very much so about that sort of path that sort of leads to you as well, and wanting to take that on board, especially with the Fool card as well. They want to come towards you. They want to make that journey, essentially. You've also got enlightenment as well. They've learned a lot. They've healed is something that I'm seeing here. And healing is also still something that continues on, just because someone has so-called healed, they still continue to do so, but the majority and most part, they have healed. And this here really shows big emphasis on them wanting to communicate with you with the throat chakra, right, which is blue. And then also solar plexus as well is about the positivity that they have when they think about you and wanting to come towards you, because now that they have healed more, they are able to see so much more and not hide that truth and that clarity away. They are much more accepting towards those aspects as well. I'm going to grab another card as well. Prayer. Wow, okay, so another solar plexus card. This really reminds me a lot of the fact that they may have really just prayed for a lot of happiness. Maybe they lost it at some point and they really lost their path, and now they have found their path and they really want to come towards you. They want to make things work with you. When life gives you lemons, you know, it's about them having now made their lemonade and they want to share their lemonade with someone. Do you want to drink their lemonade? I'm curious. Let me know in the comment section below. It's something that I see here. And then again, you've sort of got in the background here this sort of painting, but it kind of evolves from the lemonade, where it's also this sort of picture of, you know, what can be and what can happen, and that's really interesting there as well, that sort of energy of things kind of evolving as well. You've got a lot of nature here as well. This is also about sort of the journey and the path, which I think is something that they want to take towards you. So we have got here the tray. Whoa, okay. So you got an X here as well. This can also mean the number 10. I just want to mention that as well, okay? Like it's an X, but it's also a number 10. It could be that maybe you were actually dealing with an X. That's interesting. You've also got that letter as well, so maybe this could mean something to you, or like X marks the spot. You've also got the initial N as well, so that's very, very interesting as well. That's what we've got. You have also got here as well this chef's knife. Maybe this person is a chef or they like cooking. It can also very much so mean that they have been really trying to make some serious changes in their life as well. And maybe that's something they've wanted to tell you but haven't really got around to telling you. Like, hey, you know, I've been on this freaking rocking horse and it's just been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But then I made some serious changes and I'm well on my way. I'm on this journey and I feel more free. So they've definitely done a lot of healing, because you've got the star here and the rose quartz, and the rose quartz is about healing. It's also about sort of love as well, and them embracing that path a lot more, not running away from themselves, and also not staying stuck in the same place that they are in. You've also got here the key as well. Now the key is really about them opening up a new path. There's a new avenue here. There's a sense of them not being stuck anymore in the exact same place, you know, all the time. This is about them wanting to now open up the locks that they have left, essentially. That's really interesting as well. You've also got here Taurus energy as well. You might be dealing with a Taurus. You might be a Taurus. But this is also about stability as well, not being so stubborn. Taurus energy is very, very stubborn, but also it's very much so about wanting more in regards to the future, you know, wanting stability, wanting happiness, wanting to nurture and to care. That's really quite significant. See, I feel here also that they've really adapted to grace as well. That's really interesting. Now, grace is also a name as well. So maybe for some of you it could mean that, but also grace is a beautiful, beautiful word. So they've really become, I think, more graceful as well in how they also treat others. You've got a sense of loyalty here. It's definitely something that they've understood. I feel like they would definitely want to tell you, you know, I know the value of loyalty now. You know, it's almost like they've recognized your value through whatever the two of you have been through. It's been a real lesson for them. And then you've got here 2 stars. All right. Well, actually, technically, you've got 3 stars. So you've got this black star, which is asymmetrical, which I think is interesting, right? And then you've got here this one that says love you as well. Now, whether this is a friend or a family member or someone romantic, they definitely do have love for you. And that's something I'm seeing, is that they've really healed from certain things, but also that this has taught them a huge, huge lesson. They've learned a huge lesson that this is just what it is. That's literally what I'm seeing, you know, is that they've learned such a big, big, bold lesson. And that's it, you know, they've just had to, yeah, I think they've really had to learn the lesson, in all honesty. So that's what I'm seeing. All right, so yeah, this is your reading. These are things that they secretly want to tell you. They've definitely learned a lot. They've definitely gone through some times where they've had to have been taught in a certain way, and learning the lesson the hard way. So this is your reading. If this reading resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, group number 2, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course my intention items which are on Etsy, and definitely do take care as well. Alright, so that is pretty much that. Everything's always in the description box below. Put those charms away. Let's take out these cards as well. And let's go to group 3. Okay, I'm just going to take a little tea break in between. If you guys want the group 3 reading, click on the timestamp in the description box below. It will take you straight there. It's just that I misjudged the amount of time it takes for my tea to cool down. I mean, you know, I always have it boiled and ready, and boiled and ready, that doesn't even make any sense. Basically, boiling hot water, put the tea bag in, I leave it on the side, but then obviously this reading is an hour long, so it usually cools down in about 20 to 30 minutes, so now is the time to actually drink it. But I think next time what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do it after the reading, or drink my tea before the reading. Although if I drink it before the reading, then can I sit here for an hour doing an unedited video without needing to go to the bathroom? You know, that's a different story as well. Wow, you know, we really have to time things with tea. And for those of you that are watching my little tea break, even though you can't even see me, let me know what your favourite tea is. I drink puka tea. Which, to be honest, I find is quite expensive, and there are some other good teas out there as well, but my favourite one actually is Red Bush. I really like Red Bush, and I also really like matcha, but in the tea bag, because I got matcha powder and it literally will not dissolve, and it's just like quite chunky and it gets stuck to the bottom. I probably am doing something wrong, but yeah, when I try and make it, it doesn't go quite right, so... I also like the after dinner teas as well by Puka. Those are quite good. This is not a Puka sponsorship. I wish I was, because I buy so many of their teas, but... We're almost there, I'm almost done. So many of you have also been asking about these dice, which I never use in my videos. I will find a way to definitely incorporate them because they are really cool. And these are actually haiku cubes, and they are from Waterstones, which is a website here. I believe it's international probably, but they sell books and cards and, you know, fun games and stationery and things like that. So I actually just went into Waterstones to grab some Oracle card decks, because they always have, you know, things on rotation, like different cards and stuff like that. And then I was just walking around the store and I found these, and it was the only one, and I just thought that's so interesting. It's basically to make haiku. So yeah, and they're really, really wonderful. So that's what I saw. And that's where they're from. There we go. I've just finished my Feel New tea, which is also by Puka. But also, I like how it's called Feel New. I'm not really sure I feel new, but I definitely feel recharged and energized. So let's continue on with group number 3. It's so funny how it's called Feel New. Okay, let's put that right there. It reminds me of Batman. Batman. All Alright, group number 3, this is your reading with me. What they secretly want to tell you but can't or won't, and you have chosen this pile right here. This is the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. Such a beautiful deck. You'll see in a minute why. And you've also got here this mask as well. It really reminds me a lot of Batman. But yeah, I think Batman or Robin. I forgot whose mask looks like this anyways. It's either Batman or it's either Robin or it's both. So let's have a look and see what they secretly want to tell you, but are not. Also, I'm going to do a charm reading, and also we're going to get oracle cards as well. So stay tuned for that. Let's do the cards first. So you've got Queen of Swords. Look at how beautiful those cards are. You've got like gold on there as well. They're definitely very, very special. You've got here the Four of Wands. You've got the Knight of Pentacles. Hermit. Wow. I'm doing an 8-card spread, by the way. Two of Swords flipped over. Okay, there we go. That was very simple. They just all came out very simply. Sun. Justice. And the Seven of Wands. So pretty, so pretty. Okay. So, you know, this person really wants to tell you that they are going through a bit of a hard time. They are keeping things really to themselves. They are constantly overthinking, especially with the Hermit. Like first of all, they feel quite isolated in many ways. They also feel just very mentally very drained, emotionally very drained. They're overthinking, overanalyzing absolutely everything. And also with the Two of Swords, they just feel like they can't see things clearly. They're very, very defensive as well. As you can see, the two swords are crossed over. So are their arms as well. So really, I feel like, you know, during this time, if you try and talk to them, they can be really defensive, or they can try and push you away and things like that. But also, what's really quite interesting here is that they don't want to actually do that, right? So if you get pushy with them, they'll try and push you away, but actually they don't want to push you away. They want to bring you closer. I know, it's really confusing. And that's the thing with the Sun here, is that they secretly want you to really come towards them. But at the same time, because they're overthinking and they're just not in the right headspace around this time, they're doing this thing where they feel so challenged with this Seven of Wands that they're pushing you away. They're saying kind of like one thing, doing another thing. They're quite in a contradictory energy. Even with the Four of Wands, like, they want you to come towards them. They can see an element of stability with you. They can see that you have boundaries, that you're strong, you're confident, you're bold, you understand yourself, you understand those around you, that you're just such a kind human being, a caring human being, a wonderful, wonderful human being, but also that they just are in this place that is very difficult, very challenging, not so fun, and that's taking away a lot from them. So the Knight of Pentacles here shows that they still have an interest in you that I'm picking up on. They still want you to come towards them. It's just that how you do that can really determine how much they sort of stay in that as well. So that's something to really keep in mind. I know it seems really confusing, but people tend to do this, and especially with Justice here, it shows that they need to resolve their own personal issues and challenges, and that's something they're not really wanting to tell you. They're trying to come across as quite strong, but also at this, and they push you away because they're also trying to sort of get you to chase them more, which I think is really interesting. Some people do this, okay, where they just want to be chased and they want to be validated, because nobody else may be validating them, and they can consistently try and do that. They can consistently try and push someone away because they want to be validated. They want their feelings to be validated. They want the other person to really resolve things. And that's something I see here, is that this person is really trying their absolute best. And well, that's just what we've got here. You know, it's literally what I'm seeing. So I'm just saying, this is what I'm seeing, but yes. So essentially, right, that's what's going on. That's literally what is happening in this entire situation, is that they secretly want to tell you, hey, come here. And then what do they do with their actions? They sort of push you away again. They're very slow, as we can see here with the Knight of Pentacles and also the Hermit. They appreciate you with the Sun card, but they're also very defensive with the Two of Swords, which also has the Moon. Okay, so it's like dark and light. Four of Wands here shows that they do really like you and they do feel very stable around you, but they themselves have a lot to stabilize. They are definitely very, very unstable with their issues and their challenges. They have a lot to figure out. So that's why that instability kicks in. Also, Queen of Swords, very, very strong energy, where they kind of want to come across like they have their boundaries, they know what they want, they're really strong and confident, but deep down they're really quite insecure, is what I'm seeing. And of course they wouldn't want to tell you that, right? Because that's just not something they want to do, right? So let's have a look and see with these oracle cards what's coming through. Acceptance. Grief. Okay. And recovery. So it can also be that this person has dealt with some kind of loss in their life and they've had to accept it, and it's been really difficult to accept those aspects, and all they really want is some support, but they keep then also doing this thing where they're like pushing anyone away who is trying to also help them. Acceptance and grief also very much so is about grief with maybe losing a significant amount of money. It can also be grief in regards to not feeling good in general. Like they may just feel very, very mentally and emotionally drained. They could have lost a family member or someone or something, you know, because even things can cause a lot of grief in people. Could be a pet, you know, for example. So it could be that they've really lost out on something or lost out on an opportunity that they thought was going to be theirs, or could be that they've gone through quite a significant life change. And also they've just had to sort of accept it, and the past sometimes comes and haunts them, but for the most part they're trying to accept it and they're trying to really recover. And it could be that the two of you had something really strong and that's causing them a lot of grief because they could have lost that, and then they're trying to accept it but the past still keeps haunting them. It's like they want you to come forward, but then they also at the same time keep pushing you away, so it's like they keep sort of going back and forth. And then you've also got this recovery card as well, which to me is definitely showcasing the fact that they really have some things to also resolve as well, and that they will resolve those particular issues. They will get that all done and dusted and together. Sorry, that card just sort of like came out in that sense, like it was just poking out. So we've got here seasonal harvest. Okay, so that's really interesting here as well. Seasonal harvest to me is representing their heart chakra. Like they definitely have gone through some kind of issue, which they're obviously not telling you. I feel like they're keeping it very, very close to themselves, and they're not really wanting to share like extremely personal details in that sense. But I definitely feel here with seasonal harvest, it's something quite specific that happened in a specific time that either, I mean, you may know about it because it could have happened a very long time ago, but there's something that happened at a very specific time that they're really keeping to themselves, and it's really affected themselves and their sort of like heart as well. Also, this little dog here is about loyalty, you know, so it could be that they were not really loyal, or they treated you not very well, and now it's starting to bite them in the butt, and they're starting to realize like, wow, I can't believe I did that, you know, maybe this is karma. So that's something I'm seeing here. It's almost like they want to recover, they want to have acceptance, but they're also stuck here in the middle as well, where they want you to also come forward to them, but at the same time they're like pushing you away, which is interesting. It could also be that they want to come towards you, but then they want you to chase them. So that's something that's also coming through. Let's see what the charms have. We've got the picture frame, which is empty. Okay, empty picture frame. So yeah, they've definitely lost out on something here, or lost something. You've also got here the trumpet or tuba, or, well, it's an instrument of some sort. I'm not really an expert with some of these instruments. I mean, I know what a saxophone is and everything, but this is, I think, a trumpet. That's really interesting. It's like they sort of like toot their own horn and then they get angry about it. It's not, you know, it's interesting. It's almost like they would want to tell you like, hey, come towards me, but then the actions would show otherwise. It's one of those things. You've also got here live in the moment as well. That's interesting. You've got a cat. Maybe they've lost a pet, but not all of them have, right? This is also about personality, and it's about them perhaps having lost themselves in amidst certain things that have happened. We've also got here another animal. This is either a tortoise or a turtle, which, by the way, is very, I mean, they're known to be slow, the tortoises. And then you've got here a monkey as well, right? So again, to do with personality. It's also about recovery as well, monkeys. It's almost like they want to recover, but they're also stopping themselves, and they will for sure recover, but they're sort of they're thinking a lot about like past events that have happened, especially with this little petal inside this crystal. They're thinking about past events, things that happened, things that didn't make them feel good, things that really upset them. You've also got here a star as well, which is white. So they're wishing that things could be different. They're wishing that, you know, in the moment things could really be quite lively, and that, you know, you can live in the moment, have fun, do fun things. I think they really do want to make memories with you. That's something that's coming through here very, very strong. They want to like preserve time with you, but they're also finding it so difficult because of their own inner conflicts. They want to definitely recover and heal more, which I'm seeing with this black swan. And you've got here the heart as well, which I think is also about healing. Remember, you had the heart chakra stuff. It's interesting here, you've also got the compass. So that to me reminds me again that that's the direction they want to go in. It's the direction they want to lead and progress in. And then you've also got here the chef as well. The chef's apron, by the way, and you've also got here a cupcake. Now, it could be that maybe they're really interested in food, or they love to cook, or it could be that they are maybe a chef, but you've also got here seasonal harvest as well, which I think is really interesting. It could be that they want to take you out for dinner, or that they want to enjoy a meal with you, or they want to treat you to something. But I definitely see here food, and I also see, again, with that seasonal harvest, it just makes, you know, a little bit more sense, but they could be very like selective or picky with their food and their eating, and maybe that annoyed you, or there's something about that that's also coming through, and so they just want to come across as being a bit more flexible, which I think is, again, very interesting as well. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do have. I mean, I will say is that secretly I feel like they want to make things really work with you, and they want to spend time with you, they want to make memories with you, they want to progress with you, they want to enjoy time with you, but also at the same time they tend to go through their own issues, challenges, struggles. You know, they tend to have their own problems that they want to also resolve, very much so. And that's something that I'm really picking up here on the cards, is that they really just want to have everything in a good order, a good manner, and they don't want things to be too challenging or too difficult in many ways. And so that's essentially what I am seeing. All right, so I really hope that this reading helps you. I hope it gives you a ton of clarity. And also, if this reading resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below as well for more information, so that, you know, I know how it resonates with you. But yeah, this is what they're hiding behind their little Batman mask. yeah, very, very interesting indeed. So let me know, guys, okay, in the comment section below how it resonates. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and definitely do check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, intention items, which are on Etsy as well. Check those out if you're interested. My whole intention store is there. If you want to write to me, my PO box is also down below as well. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped as well. It's a little bit of a different reading, but hopefully it gave you some good information in that sense. Okay, so yeah, I really hope it helped. I'm just going to take all of my cards away as well. Da, 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 da. All right, everyone, take care and stay safe as well.